Hi, we are live with Justin Jarrell from Teiko Bio, VP of Business Development, Seattle, Washington, ICCS. Tell us what's going on today.
Okay, got a good crowd showing up at our poster. We've got two presenting. This is on the work that my team has done recently in designing and developing a new 25 marker spectral flow panel that's able to stain and quantify immune cells in fixed whole blood samples. The reason why we developed this was mainly because we listened to our customers. Our customers are involved in clinical trials for immunotherapies, and a lot of them are processing whole blood samples live with cytometry. There's a lot of pain points with that, but one of the major pain points is making sure that that sample is processed within 24 to 72 hours from blood draw. And what our customers have been telling us is that that's really hard. A large proportion of those samples fall out of spec. And then there's also a big challenge that is all of these samples are spending time outside of the body. That introduces new variables into your analysis, and it's hard to decipher what is actually changing in those samples. So real quickly, what we did was we took that 25 marker panel and we stained both live samples and fixed samples, 3 healthy donors, and compared them and see what they look like on dot plots and quantitatively looking at the percent frequencies of each of these cell populations and functional marker subsets. So in total, there were about 72 that we quantified. When we look again, dot plots between live and fixed in a representative sample look near identical to one another. When we look at the actual frequencies and we did a correlation analysis between the live and the fixed samples, they look very similar. They're near the y-axis here. And in terms of actual R values or Pearson R values, we get 0.91 here and 0.97 here, suggesting a strong concordance between the frequencies evaluated and quantified between the live and fixed samples. So that's how they look compared to live and fixed. We also then wanted to run some tests to look at if this was to become an assay, how accurate and reproducible is this assay? So in terms of reproducibility, we did run intra-run and inter-run analysis. So we looked at replicates within a run and replicates across a run for 3 healthy donors for the fixed samples. And we were able to achieve CVs in the mid-single digit range, 5% for intra-run, 7% for inter-run. And then in terms of accuracy, we did perform fluorescence-minus many experiments. So we had 4 cocktails that we tested. When you remove any of these and you try to quantify their levels, our cutoff was anything below 1% positive. And for all of the markers and fluorochromes combos that we tested, we achieved that. Accuracy check, reproducibility check. So ultimately, we're hoping that clinical trials can take advantage of this. They can use our TokuKits, these ones right here, which use the stabilize and stable store reagents that we use for the fixation for this poster, for these experiments. They'll use this as a replacement for live whole blood processing. They fix the samples, they put it in the -80, and they can preserve the samples for up to 24 months. So streamlining the process, keep samples within spec, have results that look more closely to what is actually happening in the patient, and hopefully increase trial success. So again, I'm Justin. My email is justin@teiko.bio. I'm at Teiko. We make high dimensional cytometry simple for clinical trials. And so if you want any more information, email me or message me on LinkedIn and we can talk more.
Justin, can you tell the listeners about the stability? How long were the samples stable for the fixed?
Yeah, so specifically for this poster, the samples were stable for 30 days. But when we actually use these kits for mass cytometry and the 41 marker panels that we have developed, the stability for that is up to 24 months. So they can stay in the -80. And if you process a sample that was stored for 1 week versus that same sample stored for 24 months, and you do something similar to this, the correlation is above 0.9 for that assay as well. So it suggests that you can go out to 24 months and you would expect the same results, even if you process it nearly immediately afterwards.
Perfect. Thanks so much.
Awesome.